Hi, this is Emmanuel Ezekiel again with another episode of Raising Your Financial and Your Health IQ. Today is the 21st of March 2020. It's the day after the government announced that everybody has to stay at home, and I want to do a video today about health, and I'll talk about finance afterwards, purely because I just don't think as a nation we're understanding the severity of where we are. We are at war. The only difference is we can't see the enemy. Coronavirus is our enemy. We can't see it. The fact that it's underlying, it's invisible, just like the phone radio waves are invisible, it doesn't mean it's not there. Our hospitals are going to be overrun. Our key workers, our doctors, our surgeons, the people that are there to help and protect us, if we're not there to help them by just listening to the advice, what the government's asking us to do is self-isolation. That means to stay at home. Just because we can't see this enemy doesn't mean this enemy isn't present. It's an ever and present danger that's going to escalate and keep escalating. Just because you might not have it now, the incubation period is 10 to 14 days. You could still be carrying it. For each and every one of us, I might be carrying it right now. I don't know. I might not be here. Who knows in the next few weeks or a few months, because I don't know whether I'm carrying this particular virus. The same way you don't know whether you're carrying this virus. However, the knock-on effect, the snowball effect, even if you have it and you recover, while you're out and you're not doing this isolation, you have the impact to affect and infect and kill many people just because of the virus that you're carrying. All that they're asking us to do is stay at home. By staying at home, by not having social contact, we are not going to be able to pass this virus on. The virus will die because of not having the social interaction. It's carried through touch and it's carried through respiration. It's our bronchial area, it's our lungs area, it's where we take on our breathing. The government have put in measures, warlike measures that we have never ever seen in our history. They haven't done this lightly. They've done it purely because they understand the severity of what's coming. They've put in measures to help right across the board, and it's going to escalate even more. I've been looking and I've been researching of these different measures, what they're going to be doing for us. I wanted to cover purely today the first part to do with our health. It doesn't matter how healthy you are. It doesn't matter how strong you are. This virus has no way of detecting you've got no way of detecting this virus. So whether you're white, black, Chinese, it doesn't matter what color, what creed, what age you are, this virus has the ability to infect you. And if you have loved ones, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, children, only one of them has to get it from you or through the contact of the people that you're meeting, that will have a knock-on effect for many, 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 many years to come. Don't put yourself in a position to put other people in a position of being contaminated and getting infected with this virus. Our hospitals are about to be overrun with sickness, overrun with illness, and we just do not have the capacity. The doctors, the nurses, the people that are there giving up their lives to help and support us. We need to be supporting them. We need to be asking them, what do they need? What can we do while they're at the hospital looking after the patients, our loved ones, our friends, our family? What can we do to be helping to support them? Because you know what? Just like Italy, just like Spain, just like France, some of those doctors, some of those nurses are not going to survive. They're not going to survive through this virus. This is a real enemy. It's an enemy that's killing us from within. And the fact that we aren't able to see it right now, a lot of us don't know who has it. A lot of us don't know somebody that might have it, but it doesn't mean it's not there. All the information from the hospitals, from the doctors, from the government would not put this level of money and support into the system this quickly if it wasn't a serious pandemic. They just wouldn't be doing it. They would not be supporting. If you look at the fear in their voices, the concern in their voices of how they're trying to help and support us. We as a nation have to help and support one another. We have to go back in history to see what it was like during World War times, how the communities, how each and everybody helped each other. You had young people lying about their ages to go to the front line to fight for the country so we could have our freedoms that we have today. All the government is asking us to do right now is to stay at home, to self-isolate. We've created over the last 10 years the ability to stay at home through the internet, through shopping, through TV, through Sky TV, through Netflix, through Freeview, through the internet. There are so many ways that we can actually stay at home. And yes, it might be uncomfortable. And yes, it's going to be uncomfortable, but it's going to be uncomfortable for a short time. The quicker we get into isolation, the quicker this virus is going to die. It's just simple. Go into isolation. The virus can't multiply if we're not in contact with each other, and it has the ability to die very quickly. The government can't be clearer than that. They've put measure after measure in place to try and help and support us through this difficult time. We're only going to get through this if we do it together. We do it as a nation, we do it together, and we all take on this particular burden right now. Staying at home might not be such a bad thing after all. Spending time with your loved ones, doing things that you haven't done before, having conversations, playing games, getting to know each other again. This is a time where we need to be resourceful, we need to be creative, we need to stay at home, we need to respect each other, we need to respect the people that are out there putting their lives on the line for us, the nurses, the doctors, the carers. We need to be making sure we're not panic buying. These social workers, these doctors, these nurses, they need the food. We don't have a problem with the supply chain. We have a problem by people being greedy and taking things that they don't want. If we want to continue this way, we're going to end up probably with police, with the army, maybe with martial law to start rationing. Even though it's not actually war, we're treating this as if we are war by taking things that we don't really need right now and stocking up and not allowing other people to get the produce and the food that they need as well. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is these unprecedented measures that the government have put in place. So only last night, they're now wanting companies to keep employing their staff. Why? Because when this is over in 2 or 3 months' time, we need those people to be working so we can start growing and developing again. There's a saying, if there was once no problem and now there is a problem, at some point there will be no problem. That's what the government is actually hoping for. They're hoping that this will take a short period of time because we're going to start isolating. They've put in a measure to support employees for 80% of their salary, up to £2,500 a month. That's a huge amount of contribution. They're putting loans for businesses that can access loans for up to 5 million. They're putting in free business rates. I've got the list actually in here, that statutory sick pay for small, medium enterprises. There's a number of measures that are going to be released from the 23rd of March onwards. Now, one of the things that I'm really angry about is the media. It's the press. They are still trying to make the government look bad. We have never seen a government put this kind of financial support in measure in such a short period of time. Yes, there's going to be lots of areas and lots of us are going to suffer. We're all going to suffer in one way or another. However, the government have taken massive steps, and instead of putting this doom and gloom and all this other crap to do with trying to minimise what the government have actually done, this will be an evolving issue over the next 2 to 3 months. I'm sure there's going to be lots of other different measures the government are going to have to put into place. We as individuals need to support our government. Whether you're a Conservative, whether you're a Labour, it doesn't matter who you are right now. The government are putting measures in place to help us, to support us, and we need to help and support them. And the only thing they're asking us to do still is self-isolate and to stay at home. Yes, I'm passionate about this. Yes, I'm angry about this. I don't want any of my loved ones to suffer. I don't want any of your loved ones to suffer. But that will only happen if we make some sacrifices now for a short period of time. The sun is shining outside. You can sit in your garden. You can do things with your family for this short period of time. So that's where I'm going to stop for today. I hope you've learned something. More importantly, if this helps just one person to stay at home, that this particular video will be more than sufficient. I'll be more than happy if I can just protect one life, one family from spreading this virus further where it needs to go. If you think this information is useful, please share with somebody that might also benefit from sharing this with their friends and family. I hope to see you soon. I won't finish off on the strap line, but I will see you soon.